Hello, my name is Preet, and this is my report on PPO, PPM, term sheet, and due diligence. So what is a private placement offering, PPO? This can best be seen as a company offering the sale of securities to a small group of investors, kind of like a private IPO, which is an initial public offering. So according to the SEC, the investors in this have to be accredited. And what the SEC defines as an accredited investor is an individual who has a net worth of $1 million, or who, as a single individual, makes $200,000 in annual income, or if it's a married uh, couple, $300,000 annually. But there is an exception to this rule, which allows for up to 35 non-accredited investors to invest in private placements. So companies use the private placement to issue securities because it's much cheaper than an IPO to raise capital. That's primarily due to reasons such as the legal fees and then the underwriting fees, which are all associated with the IPOs. And also, if it's a smaller company, they might not be able to IPO. Thus, the only way for them to raise capital effectively would be through private placement. And a benefit of the private placement is that they don't have to be registered with the SEC up to a value of $5 million. Then we move on to the private placement memorandum, which is the PPM. This can best be seen as a prospectus of the company. Its primary job is to inform and disclose adequately the financial position of the company, as well as all the risks that are associated with the business, whether the risks be internal or external. And a huge benefit of the PPM is that it helps to protect the company in lawsuits. For example, if the company goes bankrupt due to the prescribed risks in the PPM, then the investors can't sue the company for being deceitful, because it was abundantly clear in the PPM that these were the risks associated with it, and that's why the company fell. And also, a PPM isn't a business plan, it's a disclosure document. Next, we have the term sheet. So this is a legally non-binding agreement that outlines the very basic terms and conditions of the deal. This would include aspects for the investor's perspective, things such as the voting rights, the anti-dilutive provisions, liquidation preference, and the percentage of stake, basically who the main players are. And it's very important that these negotiations be done properly on behalf of the investor, because the voting rights and then the anti-dilutive provisions directly affect the power of the investors, because if the company grows bigger, what are they going to do with your shares? Also, and this leads to the next point, the term sheet. It helps to prevent future misunderstandings by clearing things ahead of time. And also, it's very cheap to produce because it's not a legal document, so there's no lawyer fees associated with it. And it's also very malleable, so it can be changed rather quickly. Next, we have the due diligence. This came to prominence with the passage of the Securities Act of 1933. This is essentially you performing an audit on the business that you will be investing in. Since you simply cannot take the business that you're in talks with at face value, this is a vital step in the private placement investments. So due diligence consists of a few number of key principles. These would be things such as analyzing the company's financials and analyzing their management as well, because they are the drivers of the company. Also looking at valuation methods, whether that be PE or the Sharpe ratio, and also looking for the potential growth that the business has for the future. All fall under due diligence. And why is all of this important? So all of these four aspects play an integral, a vital role in investing in the right companies for you as the investor. So these steps, they ensure that the right business decision has been made by you, the investor, and you exercise your due diligence and use your sound judgment in making that business decision. Finally, thank you.